Christian Wilkins on the PUP list. What does that actually mean for the Raiders? And how worried should we be right now? Let's break this down because this isn't just a simple roster note. There's more to it than player rehabbing from surgery. This move has ripple effects, especially for a defense that was hoping to start fast this season and finally turn a corner. What's up, Raiders fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Raiders. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Raiders. So, here's the deal. The Las Vegas Raiders have officially placed Christian Wilkins, one of their biggest offseason additions, both literally and financially, on the physically unable to perform list. The news was first reported by Ian Rappaport, who also noted that Wilkins is recovering from foot surgery and, to his credit, has been progressing. But the key word there is progressing, not ready, because he's not. Now let's talk about logistics. When guys report to camp, the first step isn't strapping on a helmet. It's the physical exam. And right now, Wilkins simply isn't healthy enough to pass it, which means, by default, he can't practice. He can't go through walkthroughs. He's not getting any reps on the field. So, the Raiders make the smart move. They put him on the PUP list, and that buys them time. It protects the roster flexibility. And here's what that really means for folks who aren't deep into roster mechanics. Christian Wilkins can still be around the team. He can attend meetings. He can lift weights. He can rehab with the staff. He can absorb the install and watch tape. But when the team's out on the grass in pads, he's not out there. He's not even allowed to go through stretches or warm-ups. PUP rules are strict. But here's the interesting part. By putting Wilkins on the PUP list now, the Raiders open up a roster spot. Remember, the team already waived quarterback Carter Bradley last week, so this move technically gives them 2 open spots to play with. And with 89 players on the camp roster, they now have 88 active bodies, with room to bring in reinforcements. And I fully expect them to do that immediately. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But expect a visit, expect a workout, expect a signing. When a team opens up roster spots during training camp, it's not just housekeeping. It usually means they've got a move in mind. Now, some folks are asking, why is this just happening now? Didn't we know about his foot weeks ago? Yes, and that's exactly what makes this timeline so intriguing. You've got that image from a few weeks ago, right? Christian Wilkins spotted at Kyle Van Noy's party, rocking a walking boot. And it was clear then that he wasn't close to 100%. But there's been some speculation that he either had a second surgery recently, or that he's maybe about to get one. That part? Still unclear. What's crystal clear is this. He's not practicing when camp opens. That's a huge shift from what people were saying a couple months back. Back in the spring, the general vibe was, he'll be good to go by July. He's just resting, rehabbing, maybe light stuff in OTAs. Come training camp, full steam ahead. Well, not anymore. But here's where context matters. The active PUP list, which is what Wilkins is on right now, doesn't necessarily mean he's out long term. All it takes for him to come back is passing a physical. That's it. No special deadline, no minimum games missed. He could literally be cleared next week, and he'd be eligible to practice that same day. But if this lingers into the regular season, that's when things shift into high-stakes mode. Once Week 1 kicks off, if Wilkins is still on the PUP list, that activates the reserve PUP designation. And now we're talking about missing a minimum of 4 games. That's the NFL rule. You start the season on PUP, you're out the first 4 weeks, no exceptions. And if the team doesn't activate you after that 4-week window, that's it. You're done for the season. So yeah, this isn't just a July roster move. This is something we've got to keep an eye on as we inch closer to September. Because if this drags into late August, then we're having a very different conversation about availability for Week 1, Week 4, or even longer. And Wilkins isn't the only name to watch. Keep your eye on Malcolm Koonce and a few other veterans who haven't reported yet. Because the vet reporting deadline is still a few days away, some of these guys haven't taken their physicals yet. Koonce should be fine. He was active during OTAs and minicamp. But until they go through that exam, you just never know. I'd expect at least a couple more players to land on the PUP list before this is all sorted out. That's just how it goes during camp. Guys fail physicals, get held back, get stashed. It's roster chess, not checkers. As for Wilkins, if he had surgery early, say in April or May, then you're hoping that 4-month window puts him back on the field by mid-preseason or early September. But if it happened more recently, like July, then you're probably eyeing Week 6, Week 7, maybe later. Okay, now I want to discuss Derek Carr. And this is something really refreshing for the Raiders Nation. Carr was recently out at a golf tournament, and he got asked about his old team, the Raiders, and about Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, and this new offensive setup. Let me just say this. Derek Carr sounded like a pro's pro. First off, he had nothing but love for Pete Carroll. Said he's always admired the guy from afar. And I love the way Carr broke it down. He said Pete's defenses are simple, but they play fast. That's the key. Simple doesn't mean soft. It means clarity. It means letting your guys play without thinking too much. Carr compared it to the Raiders' defense under Gus Bradley, another guy from that Pete Carroll coaching tree. That 2021 Raiders D ran a lot of cover 3, but they had little wrinkles baked in. Maybe instead of dropping the boundary corner deep, they'd roll coverage with a slot corner, or they'd adjust rules on motion. It's subtle, but it's smart. Carr nailed it. When defenses get too complex, it slows everything down. Guys start second-guessing, hesitating, and in this league, that's death. You can't play fast if you're thinking through 5 different coverage checks every snap. Now, offensively, Carr had a little fun. He joked about the new Raiders running back being from Boise State. Classic jab, since Carr's a proud Fresno State Bulldog. But he made it clear, it doesn't matter. He's a Raider now, so we're family. That's what you love to hear. And then came the Geno Smith love. And honestly, it was awesome. Carr went out of his way to praise Geno, called him crazy accurate, said he's always had a good relationship with him, and even threw in this line, "I hope he breaks all my records. I hope he has the greatest career ever with the Raiders." That's legacy talk. That's maturity. That's what it looks like when a guy gets it. Now let's talk about Geno Smith for a second, because Carr hinted at something really important here. Geno is one of the most accurate deep ball passers in the NFL. Not just decent, not average, elite. Like ball placement 30 to 40 yards downfield, Geno can hit a dime on a rope. The stats back that up. But here's the twist. He's not nearly as consistent inside the short zones. 5-yard outs, quick slants, those in-between throws. That's where he struggles. Last year, a lot of Geno's drop-off came from the scheme. The Seahawks OC tried to force Geno into being a timing, underneath rhythm thrower, and that's just not his game. Geno wants to push the ball vertically, let it fly. And now, with Chip Kelly taking over the offense, expect that to change. Chip's not going to put Geno in a box. He's going to let him play loose, take shots, improvise, and that's exactly where Geno thrives. And when you look at this Raiders roster, it's built for that. Guys like Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker, Colin Johnson, these dudes can fly. You're talking 6'5" guys who can run go routes all day? It's not by accident. This team wants to go vertical. Last quick note before we wrap, Raiders made the signing of Jack Bech official. We knew it was coming, but now it's press release official. Remember how messy the Jimmy G situation got when that presser got yanked? Until the ink's dry and the press release hits, nothing's real. But Bech is locked in. Rookies are in the building. Camp is live. And folks, football is officially back.